Yeah, we're going to have to take responsibility for this, MAGA. If you're a Trump supporter, this is our fault, apparently, right? Trump made politics so extreme because of us. Dang it! Dang it! Dang it! Dang it!
You know what I'm gonna do? Stop giving you people free money.
Whoa, when did politics get so extreme?
Oh, that was the perfect depiction of what it is like to live in America today with the Democrat Party. These guys will do any and everything to try to, kill their opposition, metaphorically and non-metaphorically. Mm-hmm. But every chance that they get to, that they think they're going to get to be able to, we finally did it, it gets met with a headline that says that you didn't do it. Man, the media quite literally have tried everything in their power to try to take this man down. But, of course, it's not working at all. Lately, the tariffs conversation has been on the forefront of everybody, and on the forefront of everybody's minds right now. 13 years ago, though, Donald Trump told us exactly what he would do with tariffs. He kept his word.
Somebody said, well, what would you do? What can you do? So easy. I drop a 25% tax on China. And I said to somebody that it's really the messenger. The messenger is important. I could have one man say, we're going to tax you 25%. And I could say another, listen, you motherfuckers, we're going to tax you 25%. Somebody said, well,
oh, yes, sir. Which energy did you think he went in there with? It definitely wasn't that Biden energy. I don't give a no what to say. That was that Biden energy. Somebody said learn from his concrete supplies when he was a player in New York in the construction industry. A man of his word. Somebody else says, yep, trust the process. This will work. This is making America great again. Love it. This is why this is why I voted for him 3 times. Agreed. Absolutely. Make it 1,000%. Yeah, man. Speaking of all this taxes and all this corruption that we're starting to see. All right, let me borrow you for a second. Aren't you tired of getting those spam calls and text messages? Do you even know why you get them? If you don't, sit tight, I'll explain. You see, what's happening is these big tech companies, they're not doing a good job of keeping our data safe. They're not even trying. Like, did you know that Ticketmaster got hacked, and the only reason why they didn't inform you about it is because it didn't have a material impact on our business, quote unquote. And that data had full names, addresses, email addresses, your credit card info, which basically makes them you. And I need to be me, not them. And this is why I have to bring to your attention today the sponsor of this video, Aura.com. Aura alerts me when my data is breached, giving me fast fraud alerts and removes my info from data broker websites. All in one affordable app, might I add. Aura also allows transaction monitoring, VPN, antivirus protection, you got parental controls, identity theft insurance, and it's all in one affordable app. So listen, if my data was ever compromised, I would not worry at all. I'll sit tight because I know I got Aura in the background keeping me safe and protected all day. And this is why I can no longer let you be unprotected, as well as your family. So in order to ensure that protection, I need you to head over to aura.com/kingdomreacts right now. And you're going to get 2 weeks on us. And don't worry, I will have the link available in the description. Now, this man actually understands it to the T in terms of how it all works. And he broke it down in a way that I suggest everybody sit down and listen.
Whatever you think of Trump, his economic plan makes complete sense. The U.S. has 36 trillion in debt. In 2025, they will spend 6 trillion, but will only collect 4 trillion in revenue. So they need to borrow 2 trillion, and this will increase their debt to 38 trillion. Trump economic plan is based on 3 levers. Number 1, cut expenses by 1 trillion, which is Doge, Elon Musk. He's targeting waste and fraud, like social security payments for people who are 150 years old. That is just fraud. 2, increasing revenue by 1 to 2 trillion through, number 1, tariffs. They will increase tariffs from 50 billion to 500 billion target. People will say, but other countries will retaliate. They will not be able to do it. The US is the biggest customer on earth. They consume 20 trillion every year. They are the biggest importer. They import 3 trillion every year. Plus, the current tariffs is actually not fair. Why should US cars entering Europe faces 10% tariffs, while the European cars entering the US just pay 2.5%?
At the very least, bro, you really okay with us being able to get ripped off like this? They're able to tax us at 11%, but we can only tax them 2.
It's not fair. And because of the tariff changes, it now makes economic sense to build factories and businesses inside the US again. That means more jobs, means tax-paying businesses, and more foreign investment coming in. He will also increase revenue by deregulation. He will remove unnecessary regulations and rules, making it easier to do business, so business can grow faster, generate more tax revenues. He also makes this gold card, which is offering lifetime US residency for 5 million. I think at least 1 or 2 million individuals globally can afford it. So if just 10% of them, if just 100,000 people buy this card, that's 1 trillion in incremental revenue. The third lever is he will reduce taxes. If he successfully cut 1 trillion in waste and expenses and add 1 to 2 trillion in revenue, the US will have a surplus. They will have more money than they want. So he will cut taxes. For individuals, anyone gaining more than 150K, he will make them pay 0 taxes. And on corporate taxes, he will go down from the current 21% to 15%, compared to the European average of 22%. France average is 25, I think, and Germany is 30.
30?
So at 15% corporate tax, the US will become one of the most business attractive countries on earth. Bottom line, this is exactly how a government should be run, efficiently. Because when you eliminate waste, the money can actually go where it is actually needed, to the elderly, to the sick, to people who cannot work. And that is the real purpose of government, to protect the weak. Very few countries have the political will to do it. It takes leaders with backbone, charisma, and clarity of vision. Do you have leaders in your country pushing for real reform, or are they talking about non-relevant side topics? And let me know if you think Trump's plan is bad. Let me know why, because I think it is just common sense.
So it's for me, you know, somebody who never knew about tariffs, anything of that nature, until Trump brought it to my attention, which is just a fancy word for saying taxing each other, you know, imports, exports, and stuff like that. But my thoughts on it, so far, I'm enjoying the plan. I'm really enjoying the plan. I mean, come on, dog. We just want to have an even playing field. We are the attraction. We are the main attraction, but we're getting ripped off. That doesn't make sense. And the fact that my goods are being imported to your country and I'm getting taxed, you know, 11 to 22% or whatever the case. And then, you know, you import your stuff here and I'm only taxing you 2.5, 3%. Bro, go on some up with that, man. Somebody said there's one problem here. Tanking the markets into a recession is not achieving the above result. Public companies that have dramatic drops in stock prices will do layoffs. Unemployed people not being able to pay for debt. The claim that only 20% of Americans or less own stock is not 100% accurate. 40 to 55% own it through 401k. Well, the one thing that I want to the one thing I want to add to this is just that, hey, bro, it's gonna take a little bit of going through the storm before they start getting clear skies. Why would it be fair to cut taxes only to those who earn more than 150? Somebody asks. As a European, I love reciprocal tariffs. That will help Europe to buy its own military equipment, help us find alternatives to Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, make our own payment cards, et cetera, et cetera. America first for Americans, European first for Europeans. Now, this guy right here seems to think that we somehow regret Trump.
So, for the people who voted for Trump or have supported Trump, can you finally just admit you were wrong?
About what?
Trump has spent his entire life bankrupting businesses, and now, surprise, surprise, he's bankrupting the United States.
Are you serious? You're talking about the same guy that you guys are Ryan, you know, he employed Elon Musk to help save you money, and y'all out there protesting that guy?
He's bankrupting the United States. So look, we can move on, but if you supported Trump or voted for him, just please, finally, now, just admit you were wrong.
Or are we?
Well, the commercial break happened, and now the Dow is in a little bit of a positive territory. So a little bit of volatility as people price in some of the discussions this morning, as the White House says over 50 countries have contacted the White House looking to negotiate or at least discuss tariffs, and then the president having that meeting with Netanyahu today at 2 o'clock, a press conference at 2:30 during Sandra's show.
Yeah, and the president put out a statement that he had just gotten off the phone with the Japanese prime minister, that they were having productive conversations, and now just hitting, which seems to be when the markets turned around here, was that the EU is talking with the United States amid this tariff battle. And the statement from the EU is, we are ready to discuss with the U.S., but solutions need to be mutual advantage. So what you're getting is the sense that they're coming to the table.
Communications.
The negotiations are happening.
Sure. So
that's when we saw the turnarounds, the Dow at 526 for now.
Yeah, man, I ain't doubt Trump for a second. I didn't doubt that man for a minute. I knew he was I knew that this was going to, no, I'm just lying. I didn't doubt him, though. In terms of me knowing how this was going to play out, I ain't going to sit here and lie like I did. I didn't know what a tariff was until like 2 or 3 weeks ago, really. But, yeah, I like what Trump Gunner added to this. He says, the stock market bouncing back is a positive sign of American resilience. You got to give Trump his credit. Somebody that has a backbone, unlike your boy Biden, who would have just let all them walk over him. Countries negotiating on tariffs shows that Trump's tough stance is still paying off. The U.S. needs to stand firm on trade deals to protect our interests, strengthen our economy, and keep America competitive on a global stage. Amen to that, man. But this white liberal woman, as American AF posts in this caption, says, quote, MAGA is collapsing from the inside out, end quote. Thoughts?
Listen, as somebody who has been like extremely left for as long as I can remember.
Oh, we couldn't tell.
I know that it is so hard and that we are so fucking sick of watching this entire shit show. Okay? But I need all of my people on the left to hold. Okay? Because I personally am seeing MAGA collapse from the inside out.
Oh, wow.
This is epitome of the horse will hang itself. I know that we're so tired of watching this shit happen. And I know that we are all so tired of watching our house burn to the ground while he just...
You mean Teslas? I'm sorry.
...goes and fucking golfs. But I...
What? Did she really just try to she just tried to characterize Donald Trump like Biden? Really? He just goes and golf?
I need y'all to let it keep happening. Let it keep happening, because I'm telling you,
I'm not going.
The calls are coming from within the house, and they are starting to turn. Let it keep happening. Go protest, absolutely. But he is hanging himself, and I'm here for it.
I want all of my change back out of that piggy bank. Oh, if you caught it, if you caught it, yeah, we right here. The European Union ready to negotiate 0 for 0 tariff deal with the United States.
We stand ready to negotiate with the United States. Indeed, we have offered 0 for 0 tariffs for industrial goods, as we have successfully done with many other trading partners, because Europe is always ready for a good deal, so we keep it on the table. But we are also prepared to respond through countermeasures and defend our interests. We stand ready.
Oh, cute. I mean, I'm just saying, defend all you want. That's Trump. I'm not saying he's invincible. I'm not saying nor will he ever, have a negative or have to deal with the repercussions of trying to stand his ground on certain things. But I believe in him right now. I'm just looking at everybody else voting. Now, Rep. Hillary Skolton says voters are regretting their choice to elect President Trump. More a lot. Why they try to push this?
Again, I invite you to come.
I will
to
go. Let's go.
my
We'll go
district.
together. I'll come with you. You come to Alabama.
The town halls that we have been doing, where we are seeing Republicans and Democrats alike. I went to a county that Trump won by 20 points. Hundreds of people showing up and saying, "I'm a Republican. I voted for Trump." And
Are you kidding me?
this is not what I voted for.
Let me
again.
I don't know why I don't believe her. I don't know why. They keep saying, like Joe just said, they keep saying this. I was literally about to say it at the same time. No, I promise I was. I swear. All right? No, but for real, I keep seeing them repeat this same talking point. And y'all know, once you got the once you have the mainstream media and all of their different mediums saying the same thing, you usually know what that means. They're on a campaign to try to change the rhetoric around this. They've been failing to find something to stick. I mean, they failed miserably and horribly right now. I think everyone understands that you cannot create real economic booms in weeks or a few months, especially if the country requires substantial reconstructing, as it does. Yeah. Well, what was that? Which is why I give Donald Trump a lot of credit for what he's been able to accomplish, but I also give him room to continue to work out some problems that ain't gonna be able to, flip overnight. Like, on one hand, we can recognize just how he's been able to be successful at so many things in such a short period of time. But we also have to acknowledge that even with these small successes, there's certain successes that's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, bro. Of course, he won't name the county, because he doesn't want to be fact-checked. If this happened, they were paid to say it. The only issue we have is that half of D.C. isn't in prison right now. I know, Pam Bondi, Capital. Which country was it? No one asked the basic question because you didn't. Anywho, my fault, y'all. No, I don't want to bore y'all. Netanyahu just announced that in the Oval Office, Israel will be totally eliminating their trade deficit with the United States. This is in addition to zeroing out tariffs in our country. Man, Trump is that guy.
First, if I can mention tariffs, it's a subject of some interest today. I can tell you that I said to the president a very simple thing. We will eliminate the trade deficit with the United States.
I would love to hear how the left reports on this.
We intend to do it very quickly. We think it's the right thing to do. And we're going to also eliminate trade barriers, a variety of trade barriers that have been put up unnecessarily.
Do y'all think that Joe Biden would have been able to do this? Timestamp it at 18 minutes and 47 seconds and let me know.
And I think Israel can serve as a model for many countries who ought to do the same. I recognize the position of the United States. It says, we're allowing other countries to put tariffs on us, but we don't put tariffs on them. And, I'm a free trade champion, and free trade has to be fair trade. And I think that's basically the position that you have put forward, Mr. President. We are going to eliminate the tariffs, and rapidly. I had the opportunity to speak to Secretary Lutnick yesterday. We talked about how we could effect this quickly, and I hope to bring the solution very quickly. We're not talking about intentions. We're not talking about, just words. We're talking about results.
Results.
And those results are going to come. That's the first.
Thank you very much. It's very nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Man, Donald Trump, man. This guy. I didn't even know what a tariff was months ago. I'm just saying, bro, at this point, Trump has been right about so much. Trump was right again. You know, they kept saying this was going to be a collapse in America, economics, and we're going to be in raging war against all these other countries and all this other stuff, and that Trump doesn't know what he's doing and all this. But look, you got Israel pulling. Hey, look, man. You know, we respect it. We see what's going on. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and zero out everything. You know, that debt, man. Don't worry about that. You know, we all good, man. Just relax. What? Bro, I'm saying, even if I was a Trump hater, I have to give him his flowers on that. Now it's just time for the other countries to fall in line. As the right girl said, get with the program. Nick sort of responded, as Eric Trump said, the first to come to the table receives the best deal. Others should be smart about this. Hey, you know, that is Donnie Jr. You know, they got the business savviness from their pops. A blip on the radar from a fake state. You've given at least $260 billion for free overall and over $20 billion last year alone. Donald Trump just keeps winning for America. When it's all said and done, we will have a stronger economy, stock market, and jobs for everybody, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Truly appreciate y'all checking in again, and all the donations, you know, to help keep the channel afloat. Y'all know we risk demonetization. And yeah, man, please go check on somebody today. You could be saving their life. Lastly, thank you.